1964. A British woman sits at her dressing table, reading a magazine. An ad catches her eye. It shows a glamorous actress with flawless porcelain-white skin. The headline reads, "Erase 10 years in 7 days? Dr. Palmer's Skin Whitening Cream, used by Hollywood stars." The fine print mentions active ingredients and clinically proven results. She orders it. 3 weeks later, her face is covered in a burning rash. Her skin is peeling. She visits her doctor. He examines the cream. It contains mercury, a toxic heavy metal that causes kidney damage, neurological problems, and skin necrosis. But the ad never mentioned that. The ad showed beauty, youth, perfection. For decades, British beauty companies sold products that poisoned women. Creams with mercury, mascara with lead, hair dyes with carcinogenic chemicals, diet pills with amphetamines. And the ads? They promised transformation. They promised confidence. They promised love. What they delivered was permanent damage. This is the story of 15 British beauty ads that pushed dangerous products, and the women who paid the price. Let's start with the skin whitening horror. In the 1950s and 60s, pale skin was considered the beauty ideal in Britain, and companies capitalized on that. One ad for Ambi Skin Cream from 1962 showed a black British woman looking sad, then transformed, lighter-skinned and smiling. The tagline, "Unlock your true beauty." Another ad for Nadinola Bleaching Cream claimed it could lighten dark spots and even out skin tone. These products contained hydroquinone, mercury, and steroids. Hydroquinone is now banned in concentrations above 2% in Britain because it causes achromatosis, permanent skin darkening and thickening. Mercury causes kidney failure. Steroids thin the skin irreversibly. But the ads made these creams look safe. Medical. One ad featured a doctor in a white coat endorsing skin lightening. Women, especially women of color, use these products daily. Many develop permanent skin damage. Some suffered organ failure. But the ads kept running because insecurity sells, and British beauty companies made millions. Then there were the lead-based cosmetics. Lead in makeup isn't new. It goes back centuries. But in the 1960s, British cosmetics companies were still using it. One popular product was Rimmel's Lasting Finish Lipstick from 1968. The ad showed a woman kissing her partner, lipstick perfectly intact. The tagline, "Stays on all day." It did stay on because it contained lead acetate, which binds to skin. Lead is a neurotoxin. It accumulates in the body. Chronic exposure causes cognitive decline, memory loss, and reproductive damage. British women wore this lipstick daily. They ingested it when they ate or drank. One 1972 study tested British lipsticks and found 73% contained detectable lead. But the ads never mentioned it. They showed beauty, confidence, romance, and British women kept buying, kept poisoning themselves. Lead wasn't banned in UK cosmetics until 2009. By then, millions of women had been exposed. Let's talk about the hormone creams. In the 1950s and 60s, British beauty companies sold creams claiming to enlarge breasts or restore youthful firmness. One ad for Watt On Cream from 1958 showed a flat-chested woman transformed into a curvy bombshell. The tagline, "Add inches where you want them." These creams contained estrogen, a hormone. Applying estrogen topically can cause hormonal imbalances, increase cancer risk, and disrupt menstrual cycles. But the ads framed them as harmless. Natural. One ad claimed the product was made from plant extracts. Technically true, but those extracts were synthesized hormones. British women used these creams for years. Some developed breast cancer, some became infertile, but the companies kept selling because insecurity about body shape was, and still is, profitable. These products weren't banned until the late 70s, and even then, only after lawsuits. Now the Radium beauty products. This sounds insane today, but in the 1920s through 1950s, British companies sold beauty products containing radium, radioactive material. One product was Radia Cream, marketed in Britain during the 30s and 40s. The ad showed a woman with glowing skin. The tagline, "Radium for radiant skin." Another product was Radior Face Powder, which contained radium and thorium. The ads claimed radioactivity energized skin cells and restored youth. In reality, radium causes radiation burns, cancer, and bone decay. Marie Curie, the scientist who discovered radium, died from radiation exposure. But British beauty companies ignored the science. They marketed radioactive products as cutting-edge, glamorous. One ad featured a British actress endorsing radium cream, saying it gave her that Hollywood glow. Women developed cancerous lesions on their faces. Some died. The products weren't fully banned in the UK until the 1960s, decades too late. Let's talk about the amphetamine diet pills. In the 1950s and 60s, British pharmaceutical companies sold diet pills containing amphetamines, stimulants now classified as Class B controlled drugs. One product was Dexedrine, marketed to women as slimming tablets. The ad from 1962 showed a woman's silhouette shrinking. The tagline, "Lose weight effortlessly." Another product was Tenuate Dospan, which contained diethylpropion, an amphetamine analog. These pills suppressed appetite by flooding the brain with dopamine. They worked. Women lost weight, but they also became addicted. Amphetamines cause heart palpitations, anxiety psychosis, and cardiovascular collapse. One British woman in 1968 died of a heart attack at 32. She'd been taking diet pills for 6 months. Her doctor had prescribed them. The ads made them look safe. Medical. Doctor-approved weight loss. By the early 70s, tens of thousands of British women were addicted to diet pills. The products were eventually restricted, but not banned. And the ads? They kept showing thin, happy women. Then there were the hair dye disasters. British hair dye ads in the 60s and 70s promised permanent, vibrant color. One ad for Clairol from 1969 showed a woman with glossy black hair. The tagline, "Only your hairdresser knows for sure." But many hair dyes contain paraphenylenediamine, or PPD, a chemical that causes severe allergic reactions and is classified as a carcinogen. Some women developed blistering scalp burns. Others experienced anaphylactic shock. In 1975, a British woman died after using a home hair dye kit. Her throat swelled shut. She suffocated. The product was eventually recalled, but only after multiple deaths. The ads never mentioned risks. They never showed burns or reactions. They showed beauty, confidence, transformation. And British women kept using these dyes because the ads made them believe the risk was worth it. Now the toxic nail products. British nail polish and remover ads in the 70s featured models with perfect glossy nails. One ad for Q-Tex nail polish from 1972 showed a woman's hands caressing a man's face. The tagline, "Nails he'll notice." But these products contained formaldehyde, toluene, and dibutyl phthalate, chemicals now known as the toxic trio. Formaldehyde is a carcinogen. Toluene damages the nervous system. Phthalates disrupt hormones. Women who worked as manicurists, applying these products daily, developed respiratory problems, neurological symptoms, and reproductive issues. One British nail technician in 1986 suffered a miscarriage. Her doctor linked it to chemical exposure, but the ads never warned about fumes, never suggested ventilation. They just showed beautiful nails. And British women and workers kept using them. Let's talk about the eyelash glue tragedies. In the 1980s and 90s, false eyelashes became fashionable in Britain, and the glue used to attach them was often highly toxic. One product, sold widely in British chemists, contained cyanoacrylate, essentially superglue. The ad showed a model with dramatic lashes. The tagline, "Lashes that last all night." But cyanoacrylate can cause severe eye irritation, corneal burns, and permanent vision damage. Women applying this glue got it in their eyes. Some suffered chemical burns. One British woman in 1992 lost partial vision after false eyelash glue dripped onto her cornea. The product wasn't recalled. The company just added a small warning on the package. But the ads kept showing glamorous, dramatic eyes, and British women kept using it. Because the ads made beauty look effortless. Safe. Then there's the tanning product catastrophe. In the 1980s, British tanning products promised a sun-kissed glow without UV exposure. One product was a pill called tanning tablets, which contained canthaxanthin, a food dye. The ad from 1987 showed a pale woman transformed into a bronzed goddess. The tagline, "Tan from within," but canthaxanthin accumulates in the retina, causing crystal deposits that impair vision. It also damages the liver. British women took these pills daily. Some developed hepatitis. Others lost peripheral vision. One woman in Manchester developed permanent retinal damage at age 29. She'd been taking tanning pills for 2 years. The product was banned in the UK in 1996, but by then, thousands of British women had been affected. The ads had promised beauty. They delivered blindness. Now the Brazilian blowout formaldehyde scandal. This one's more recent, early 2000s, but it fits the pattern. Brazilian blowout was a hair straightening treatment marketed heavily in British salons. The ad showed sleek, glossy, frizz-free hair. The tagline, "Formaldehyde-free smoothing." But independent tests revealed the product released formaldehyde gas when heated at levels far exceeding safe limits. Hairdressers applying the treatment developed nosebleeds, respiratory problems, and eye irritation. Some clients experienced hair loss and chemical burns. One British hairdresser in 2011 developed chronic asthma after repeated exposure. The company was sued. But the ads kept claiming safe, formaldehyde-free. They lied, and British salons kept using it, because the ads made it look revolutionary. Harmless. Let's talk about the anti-aging acid burns. British skincare ads in the 2000s promoted high-concentration acid peels for home use. One product was a 30% glycolic acid peel, sold online and marketed as professional results at home. The ad showed flawless, youthful skin. The tagline, "Turn back time." But glycolic acid at that concentration requires professional application. Used incorrectly, it causes chemical burns, scarring, and hyperpigmentation. British women applied these peels at home. No training, no supervision. Some left them on too long. Others applied them to broken skin. One woman in Leeds in 2013 suffered third-degree burns across her face. She needed skin grafts. The product was eventually restricted. But the ads never warned about risks. They showed transformation, and British women believed them. Here's the part that's hardest to accept. Almost all of these products were legal. They were sold in chemists, department stores, salons. They were advertised on television, in magazines, on billboards. And the ads never showed the damage, never showed the burns, the poisoning, the cancers, the deaths. They showed only beauty, only transformation, only happiness. And British women, trusting, hopeful, insecure women, believed them because the ads looked professional. They featured doctors, actresses, models. They used scientific language. They made dangerous products seem safe. And for decades, British beauty companies made billions while women suffered. Some lost their vision. Some lost their fertility. Some lost their lives. And the ads? They kept showing perfect skin, perfect hair, perfect nails, because the industry wasn't selling products. It was selling fear. Fear of aging. Fear of ugliness. Fear of rejection. And that fear was, and still is, infinitely profitable. Today, Britain has stricter cosmetic regulations. The EU Cosmetics Regulation bans over 1,300 ingredients. Products must list all ingredients. Health claims require evidence, but the damage is done. Thousands of British women carry the scars, literal and figurative, of products that promised beauty and delivered harm. And the companies that sold those products? Most are still around, still advertising, still selling insecurity. They just use different language now. Clean beauty, natural ingredients, dermatologist tested. But the strategy is the same. Make women feel inadequate, offer a solution, profit. These ads aren't just history. They're a warning. Because if beauty companies could lie to us then and get away with it, what are they lying about now?